A lot of times investors come to us and they're wanting to know what's the best way that they can maximize their rental potential of their units and what sort of units they should buy. I can tell you currently the market is quite saturated with 2-bedroom suites. We have very few 1-bedrooms and studios, and we've got our senior property manager Tanja here, and she's going to discuss the 2-bedroom market with us.
Yes,
So
thank
please
you,
go
Nick.
ahead.
Thank you, Nick. Hello, I'm Tanja, and I'm a property manager here at Downtown Suites. We find that the rental market, there are sectors that are still very strong. The studio and 1-bedroom markets are still very, very strong. We get a lot of response on that, provided that pricing is good for the market. However, we are finding that, as Nick said, the 2-bedroom market is becoming quite saturated. Prices have had to come down to remain competitive. We are finding that suites, that gorgeous, lovely suites that would have gotten much higher rents, say, a year ago, have just had to come down quite a bit. It may not be bringing the same kind of returns that owners would have liked or have expected. Especially in markets such as the Citygate, Main Street, Quebec area, there is still perception of the area there that is a little bit negative. We're finding that there is a challenge there.
Just like to interject, that's sort of a coming area in the city, isn't it?
It is a coming area. It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Just to the south and east of there, we've got False Creek South coming in, which is where the new Olympic Village is going to be.
Yes.
And then to the north of that, we have the stadium area, which
Yeah.
is also, it's an area in flux actually,
It
wouldn't you
is
say?
in flux
Yes.
right now. It's going to be very, very exciting. But for right now, there's not a lot of amenities in the area that are kind of promoting people to move
There aren't
there.
stores or
Stores,
services.
groceries, things like that. So it's still kind of an area in flux, as you say, and there are still some negative elements to the neighborhood that have improved in recent years, but still have a bit of a ways to go.
We've got quite a bit of drug traffic still on the streets, just to be very blatant about it.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a couple of not so nice hotels there, which are attracting a seedier element. However, this is a short-term thing. I can see this within a few years. This will change.
Oh,
and,
yes, definitely.
there will probably the St. Paul's Hospital. I forget the name of the Sisters of Providence organisation has bought land just to the east of this area, and there will be a huge new hospital probably there if it's approved. So again, a lot of factors happening in the neighbourhood with the Olympic Village and the hospital and the new condos that are coming in. So probably this is only a thing for the next, what, 5 years, something like that?
Yeah. So I mean, it's very good for owners to maybe to go into that area, but it just wouldn't be realistic
It's a long-term
to
hold,
expect
longer-term hold. Yeah.
Downtown rents in that area for the next few years at least.
No.
So we are finding some challenges with that. Like I said, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom, or sorry, studios and 1-bedrooms are still doing very well, still quite strong.
It's a pretty price-sensitive market, though, isn't it?
It very much is so. Yeah, there's only so much that people are making in their incomes.
Exactly.
People are not.
Incomes haven't increased, have they? So
Especially not at the rate that rents have increased and the real estate prices.
I'd just like to interject something. Before the prices really shot up, about 5 years ago, about $1 a square foot was fairly normal downtown.
Yes.
Now it's shooting to what?
$250 people are hoping to expect, and maybe even more a square foot, and that's just not necessarily realistic to the majority of the rental market out there.
And they won't qualify either, will they?
They won't qualify for that, and these are people who are already trying to qualify to purchase, and they can't purchase even. So the rental market is a lot bigger. You know?
Exactly, yes. Just to give you an idea, I think we did it the other day. Somebody had to be earning in excess of $100,000 just to afford a sort of a $2,500 square
per month rent. Yeah.
So it's just really sort of very, very difficult for tenants right now with the rents the way they are. So consequently, the 2-bedroom market is very soft.
It is.
The higher end